Welcome to the Exponential English Podcast. This is a place to slow down, to breathe, and to learn English naturally. Here we use simple words, clear sentences, and real ideas. You do not need to understand everything. Just relax and listen. You can listen while walking, while cooking, or while resting. Every episode is designed to help you think in English, not fast, not stressful, just step by step. This is your time, your practice, your growth. Let's begin. Okay, let's start. Imagine this for a moment. You are in a cafe. You want to order a coffee. You know exactly what you want to say, but your mind stops. You think, I need a better word. You think, this sounds too simple. And then nothing comes out. This happens to so many English learners. Maybe it happens to you too. You feel like your English is not good enough. Not because you don't understand, not because you don't have ideas, but because the words in your head feel too small, too basic, too simple. So you wait. You search for a better word, a more advanced word, a more impressive word. And while you are searching, the moment passes. The truth is, this is one of the biggest problems in English learning. And it's not your fault. You were taught this way. From the beginning, many English classes tell you the same thing. More words is better. Harder words are better. Advanced words mean advanced English. But real English does not work like that. Native speakers do not walk around using big words all day. They do not stop and think, what is the most advanced word I can use right now? They think, what is the fastest and clearest way to say this? And most of the time, the fastest and clearest way uses very simple words. Simple words are not weak. Simple words are powerful. Let me say that again, because it's important. Simple words are powerful. When native speakers talk, they use the same words again and again. They use short sentences, they repeat ideas, they repeat verbs, and they do this without thinking. They say things like, I'll get back to you. Let's take a look. I'm going to head out. Can you help me out? I'll figure it out. None of these sentences use advanced vocabulary, but they sound natural. They sound confident. They sound fluent. Now, think about the verbs inside those sentences: get, take, go, come, make. These are very small words. You probably learned them very early, maybe in your first year of English. But these words are the engine of spoken English. They do so much work. For example, the word get. Get is everywhere. You get home, you get tired. You get ready, you get better. You get an idea, you get the joke, you get the job. Instead of saying, I understood the joke, a native speaker says, I get it. Instead of saying, I became tired, they say, I got tired. This is not lazy English. This is natural English. Now think about the word make. You make a decision, you make a mistake, you make plans, you make progress, you make time. You could say, I committed an error. But nobody talks like that in daily life. They say, I made a mistake. Simple, clear, fast, or take the word take. You take a break, you take a chance, you take notes, you take your time, you take responsibility. Again, very basic words, but extremely flexible. This is why native speakers speak smoothly. They are not searching for words, they are reusing the same words in different ways. But many learners do the opposite. They try to avoid simple words. They think simple words sound childish. They think simple words mean low level. So instead of saying, I'm tired, they try to say, I am experiencing exhaustion. And maybe that sentence is correct, but in real conversation, it feels heavy, slow, unnatural, and more importantly, it is hard to say quickly. When you try to speak English using advanced vocabulary, your brain works too hard. It has to search, it has to translate, it has to choose. That is when freezing happens. You know the feeling, your mouth opens, your brain goes blank, your heart beats faster. But when you use simple words, your brain relaxes. The words are already there, they come out faster, they connect more easily. This is why simple English is actually advanced English. Real fluency is not about knowing rare words, it is about using common words well, using them naturally, using them again and again. Native speakers repeat themselves all the time. They repeat words to show feeling. They repeat words to be clear. They repeat words to sound friendly. They say things like, it was really, really good. I was so, so tired. That was a big, big mistake. Textbooks tell you not to repeat words. Real life does not care. Real conversation cares about connection. When you speak simply, people understand you, they relax, they listen, they respond. You are not trying to impress them. You are trying to connect with them. And connection is the real goal of language. So, in this first part, I want you to start changing one idea in your mind. Stop thinking that simple English is bad English. Stop thinking that advanced English means difficult words. Simple, clear English is strong English. It is confident English. It is fluent English. In the next part, we are going to slow down even more. We are going to look closely at how these simple verbs replace complex words in real situations. And we are going to practice thinking in simple English, step by step, in a way that feels calm and natural. All right, let's keep going. Now, I want you to imagine a normal day. Nothing special, no test, no presentation, just real life. You wake up, you feel a little tired. Maybe you didn't sleep well. You don't think, I am experiencing fatigue. You think, I'm tired. This is important. You already think in simple English sometimes. You just don't trust it yet. During the day, small things happen. You miss a bus. You talk to a friend. You answer a message. You make plans. You change plans. In these moments, native speakers do not use big words. They use simple verbs again and again. Let's slow down and look at how this works. Think about the word go. Go is one of the most powerful words in English. It moves everything forward. You go home, you go to work, you go outside, you go back, you go out, you go in, you go through something difficult, you go over an idea. Instead of saying, I returned to my apartment, people say, I went back home. Instead of saying, I exited the building, they say, I went out. Simple words, clear meaning. Now think about the word come. People say, come here, come with me, come back later. Something came up. I'll come by tomorrow. You could say, an unexpected situation occurred. But that is not how people speak. They say, something came up. This is what makes spoken English feel light. It moves easily. It doesn't feel heavy in the mouth. Now let's look at something very important. This idea of replacing complex words. For example, the word postpone. You probably learned that word in school. It's not a bad word. But in daily speech, people usually say, put it off. I had to postpone the meeting becomes I had to put the meeting off. Same meaning, more natural, or the word investigate. Sounds advanced, sounds serious, but people say, look into it. I'll investigate the problem becomes I'll look into it. Again, same meaning, simpler words, more confidence. This is not about dumbing things down. This is about speeding things up. When you speak, speed matters, not fast speed, mental speed. You need words that are ready, words that jump out without effort. Simple verbs do that. Now let's talk about why learners overthink so much. Many learners believe this idea. If I don't use advanced words, people will think my English is bad. But native speakers don't think like that. They listen for clarity. They listen for feeling. They listen for honesty. If you say something clearly, they are happy. If you struggle to say something perfectly, they feel uncomfortable. They don't judge you, they just want the message. So when you pause too long, when you search too hard, when you freeze, the conversation loses energy. Simple English keeps the energy alive. Now imagine the situation. Someone asks you, how was your day? You don't need a speech. You don't need special words. You can say, it was okay. It was busy. It was a long day. I got a lot done. I didn't get much done. Notice the verb again. Get. I completed many tasks. Becomes I got a lot done. That is how people talk. The more you listen to real conversations, the more you hear the same patterns. Get plus adjective, get plus noun, get plus done, make plus noun, take plus noun, go plus direction, come plus direction. This is spoken English. When you train yourself to use these patterns, something changes. Your mouth relaxes, your brain relaxes, your confidence grows. You stop trying to sound smart and you start sounding natural. And here is something interesting. When you sound natural, people think your English is good. Very good. Not because of big words, but because you sound comfortable. Comfort is fluency. In the next part, we're going to talk about repetition. Why repeating simple words is not a mistake. Why it actually makes you sound more human, more friendly, and more confident in real conversations. Okay, let's keep moving slowly and calmly. Now let's talk about repetition. This is something that confuses many English learners. In school, repetition is often treated like a problem. Teachers say don't repeat the same word. They say use a synonym. They say find another way to say it. But real conversation does not follow those rules. Native speakers repeat words all the time. They repeat verbs. They repeat adjectives. They repeat whole ideas. And when they do it, it sounds natural. It sounds emotional. It sounds human. Think about how people actually talk when they are relaxed. They say things like, I was really tired. Like, really tired. It was a big deal. A really big deal. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. This repetition is not lazy. It adds feeling, it adds emphasis. It gives the listener time to understand. When you repeat a simple word, you are not showing weakness. You are showing control. You are choosing clarity over complexity. Now let's connect this to confidence. When learners try to avoid repetition, they panic. They think, I already used that word. They think, I need a new one. And suddenly their brain starts searching again. Searching means slowing down. Slowing down means freezing. But when you allow repetition, you stay in flow. You say what you want to say, then you say it again in a slightly different way, or even the same way. For example, this job is hard. This job is really hard. It's hard every day. Same word, clear message. Now let's talk about another important idea, thinking speed. When you speak your native language, you don't think about words, you think about meaning. But when you use advanced English, you are forced to think about form, grammar, vocabulary, accuracy. Simple English removes that pressure. You already know these words, you already trust them. So you can focus on the idea instead of the language. This is why simple English leads to faster improvement, not slower, faster. Because you are actually speaking, not planning, not translating, not waiting. Let me give you a very real example. Imagine you want to say this idea. I don't agree with this plan, and I think it will cause problems later. Many learners try to say something like, I do not concur with this proposal as it may generate complications in the future. That sentence might be correct, but it is heavy. It is hard to say. It is easy to forget. A native speaker says, Why, I don't think this is a good idea. It's going to cause problems later. Short, clear, simple verbs. Repeat the idea. Now, here's the key mindset shift. Simple English is not beginner English. Simple English is controlled English. It takes skill to say something clearly with simple words. It takes confidence to stop hiding behind big vocabulary. When you speak simply, you are saying, I trust my message. I trust my voice. I don't need to impress you. And people feel that. This is why some learners with small vocabularies sound more fluent than learners with huge vocabularies. Because they speak. They don't hesitate. They don't freeze. They keep the conversation alive. Now, I want you to notice something the next time you listen to native speakers. Listen to podcasts, watch interviews, watch casual videos. Don't listen for big words. Listen for small ones. Listen for get, make, take, go, come. You will hear them everywhere. And once you start noticing them, you can start using them more on purpose. And the next part, we're going to talk about training. How to actually practice simple English in your daily life in a way that feels easy and realistic, not stressful or academic. All right, let's continue. Now let's talk about training, not studying, not memorizing long lists. Training. Training means you prepare your brain for real moments, moments where you need to speak, moments where you don't have time to think. The goal is not to know more words. The goal is to use the words you already know better. So, how do you do that? First, you stop chasing rare words. You stop thinking, I need to sound advanced. And you start thinking, I need to sound clear. This is a big change, but it's a powerful one. One simple way to train is to focus on combinations, not single words. Combinations. For example, don't just learn the word get, learn how it moves. Get up, get back, get in, get out, get through, get over. Each one creates a different meaning, but the base word stays the same. When you learn like this, your brain builds paths, fast paths. So when you speak, you don't search, you choose. Let's look at another verb, take. Take a break, take a look, take your time, take it easy, take care. These are not advanced expressions, but they are everywhere. Now imagine this. You are talking to someone. They ask you a question. You don't need to answer perfectly. You can buy time. Native speakers do this all the time. They say, let me think. Give me a second. How can I say this? These are simple phrases, but they give your brain space. And notice again, simple words. When learners feel pressure, they think silence is bad. But silence is not bad. Freezing is bad. Silence with control is natural. Now let's talk about mistakes. When you use simple English, you will still make mistakes. That's normal. Native speakers make mistakes too. The difference is they keep going. They don't stop the conversation to fix everything. They adjust, they rephrase, they repeat. For example, I went there yesterday. No, actually 2 days ago. That is natural. That is real speech. You don't need perfect grammar to communicate. You need movement. Simple verbs create movement. Now, here is something very important. Confidence does not come from accuracy. It comes from flow. When you keep talking, confidence grows. When you stop yourself, confidence disappears. This is why learners who focus on simplicity improve faster. They speak more, they try more, they fail more, and they get better faster. Now think about your daily life. You don't need special topics. Talk about what you did, what you're doing, what you're going to do. I woke up late. I got some work done. I went out for a bit. I'm going to take a break. I'll get back to it later. This is real English. This is useful English. And the more you speak like this, the more natural it feels. In the next and final part, we're going to zoom out. We're going to talk about connection, why speaking simply helps you connect with people, and why that connection matters more than sounding impressive. All right, let's slow down and finish this together. Now let's talk about connection. Because in the end, language is not about words, it's about people. When you speak English, you are not performing. You are not taking a test. You are not trying to prove something. You are trying to connect. And connection happens when people feel comfortable, when they understand you easily, when they don't have to work hard to follow your meaning. Simple English creates that comfort. When you speak simply, people relax. They stop listening for mistakes. They start listening to you. They hear your tone, your feeling, your personality. This is why simple English often feels warmer, more friendly, more real. Think about a conversation with a close friend. You don't use big words. You don't explain everything perfectly. You say, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. It was a lot. These phrases are vague, but they are honest. And honesty builds connection. Many learners think fluency means sounding like a textbook, but textbooks don't laugh. Textbooks don't hesitate. Textbooks don't change their mind in the middle of a sentence. People do. So when you allow yourself to speak simply, to repeat, to pause, to rephrase, you sound human. And that is what people respond to. Let me tell you something important. Most native speakers are not judging your vocabulary. They are not counting your mistakes. They are not waiting for you to use a perfect word. They just want to understand you. And when they do, the conversation works. So if there is one mindset I want you to keep, it is this: clear is better than clever. Simple is better than impressive. If you can say what you mean in a way that feels natural to you, you are already doing something right. Over time, your English will grow, your vocabulary will grow, your control will grow, but it will grow on a strong foundation, a foundation of simple, flexible, spoken English. So the next time you speak, don't ask yourself, what is the best word? Ask yourself, what is the easiest way to say this? Say it. Then say it again if you need to. That's not bad English. That's real English. And that's how confidence is built, one simple sentence at a time. Before you go, remember this: you do not need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Learning English is the same. Some days are easy, some days are slow. Some days feel frustrating. That is normal. What matters is that you show up, you listen, you repeat, you try again. If you stay consistent, your English will grow slowly, naturally. This is exponential English. Small steps, every day, big change over time. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take a breath, drink some water, and when you are ready, keep learning.